David Beckham, Daniel Craig, Kylie are amongst 70 celebrities who voiced their support for the NHS, and this is in a new video.
Yeah, now it's Rick Astley's turn, because earlier this week, Rick announced he's going to be hosting a free concert for NHS workers and emergency service staff to say thank you from him to the people working on the front line. He's joining us from his home in Surrey this morning. Lovely to see you, Rick. What a lovely thing to do. What was it that prompted you to come up with this?
I think the main thing was feeling a bit helpless. If I'm honest. Good morning, by the way. Sorry, was feeling a bit helpless. I think, and just not knowing what to do. We had our concerts. We should be starting our first night of a tour right now, and they were postponed till October. And so my wife and I went out and clapped the NHS last Thursday, and obviously last night. And after doing that, we're just thinking we must be able to do something. And so we got onto our promoters, and they've been absolutely incredible. All the people working in the background to actually make this happen. All I've got to do is turn up with my amazing band, and we'll just have a good night and hopefully give everyone a good night.
Well, you will, sure.
You're a man who's used to getting applause. What was it like giving applause last night?
Oh, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, it's tear-inducing, I think. You know, the people who are actually on the front line, the primary caregivers and all the rest of it, the blue light people and all their families, you know, all their families that are supporting them in doing this as well. They're really, really going through it. We're all going through it. So it was amazing to do that. And it was just nice to give just some kind of emotion back to them to show them what we really feel, you know.
Well, they were obviously thrilled about it because the tickets went up last night, 9 o'clock last night, sold out in 20 minutes.
Yeah, which is amazing. I think we're just going to have a great night. You know, obviously, we will have just been on tour, so we'll do a kind of a regular set, but we'll also throw in a load of covers as well. And just because obviously it's not just, you know, people who want to see me, they just want to come out and have a good night. So we're going to have a bit of a party there, I think. And we're actually, I've only been told this very, very recently, but we're actually, there's guys and girls in the background right now trying to organise a gig in the London area. So as soon as we know a bit more about that, maybe you can help us get that message out when we know for sure what's going to happen.
I'd love to help you get the message out. I have huge respect for you, Rick, and I think my frustration, and it might well be for you as an artist as well, is that I'm sure 99 out of 100 interviews you do, people talk to you about never going to give you up, right? And
yeah, but that's...
Yeah,
I'm all right with it. It's kind of that's why I still get to be on the telly.
but not only that, the last time you and I were in touch by phone, by text message, I heard you. I was driving along in my car, and you were on Radio 2. It was 10 o'clock at night, and I pulled in, and I just had to let you know it was. He talks about doing cover versions there. This was a cover of Hey Jude. And I tell you, I have never heard anything like it, my friend. My respect to you. Thank you. Absolutely superb. What do you try and do with something like that? Because, you know, it's been done by the Beatles. How do you reimagine
I mean, obviously, there are certain covers you can do, and you can do them with a bit of fun, but certain ones you have to pay a bit more respect to, I think. Obviously, you know, the Beatles kind of, you know, they wrote the first few chapters in the book, didn't they? You know what I mean? They showed us they showed the rest of the world how to do it practically. So, yeah, that's always a bit of a daunting task to take one of them on. But I just like doing covers. It's how I started as a kid, like most people do. You get in a garage or your back bedroom, you learn other people's songs, and there's a real joy in that, and it kind of teaches you. Like I say, I mean, the Beatles taught everybody, but it teaches you how to actually, you know, write your own songs and actually get a bit of performance going and everything. So, yeah, I love doing covers, yeah.
So you sang into your hairbrush like the rest of us then, did you, Rick, in the back bedroom?
Big time. Hairbrush, tennis racket as soon as I had one, yeah.
You, of course, toured with Take That, and Gary Barlow now is obviously doing these crooner sessions, isn't he, on his social media, Instagram Live. And he did one with you. You obviously were quick to jump at the chance to share that with him.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a great thing to do because we need a bit of that. I mean, you guys do that as well in your show. You tell everybody what they need to know, obviously, keep everybody informed, but you also have some lighter moments as well, like a man in his shed in Norfolk telling us about the wildlife, which we need, you know what I mean? We need a bit of both, you know, so... And I think what Gary's doing in particular with that one, I think that's a lot of fun. And I think his fans and obviously, you know, just anybody watching what he's doing, I think it's... It just makes me giggle, do you know what I mean? Because I also think people actually are putting a different kind of emotion into those things because of what's going on, you know. So
I think they're fantastic. Obviously, a lot of us, you know, in lockdown, in isolation, but with our families, you work with your wife as well as live with her. How's that all going for you, working together, living together?
Well, we're kind of used to it. You know, before we were on tour in Australia and New Zealand, and we did go to Japan, but we didn't get to do our gigs there, unfortunately, because they were cancelled. So we were kind of prepared to come home to something akin to that. But obviously what we've come home to is you know, let's face it, it's absolutely horrible. Everyone's dealing with it, and we're dealing with it in the right way, but it's horrible and it's a lot worse for a lot of other people. But I think we are used to traveling together, working together, being at home together. I have a little studio at home. She has an office in town, but she has an office at home, and so we're used to it. You know, we're doing all right. We're so lucky compared to a lot of people, so we're very happy. And like I say, it's just nice to have something. I'm so looking forward to this gig, I tell you, in Manchester for the NHS, 28th of October. And that's why we're going to try and do one. If we can, we're going to try and get one on in London, and we'll know a bit more about that very soon.
It's nice to have something to look forward to as well, I think, for everybody.
I think that's the key to it. I think when we came back indoors after clapping the NHS that night, we said, however long this is going to go on, we need to put signposts ahead. All of us do. You know what I mean? We need to think about, we will be going on holiday again. We will be seeing, you know, loved ones again and giving them a hug. We need to keep that in mind, because otherwise we're going to go down a dark hole, and we need a bit of light, you know. So
Well, while the light's still there, get you out, have a look through the kitchen window, see what's in your back garden there. You might be surprised.
Bumblebees,
if you hear any drilling, it's a woodpecker.
We've got builders next door, to be honest. I think they're going to quit today, actually finish today. But yeah, that's all I can hear at the moment, but that's all right.
Good man. You keep well and keep safe, Rick. Lovely talking to you again.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on and getting the message out. Thank you.
Yeah, 28th of October, Manchester Arena, Rick's free gig for the NHS.
Brilliant.
There we go. Lovely. Look at that. There's a man who can work with his wife. Well, that's what I'm saying. She's obviously a very pleasant, very tolerant sort of woman.
Well, I have been for 23 years.
Well, he doesn't have to carry the cross I have to carry, obviously. But anyway.